Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So as you can see here, I have 1,066 power-up players, which right now my binder capacity is at 1,400 cards. So a pretty big chunk of my binder space is power-up players. And the reason I have so many power-up players is because I strategically purchase them during specific times, and probably the most strategic and most advantageous time for you to purchase power-ups is now. So every week, the last 2 weeks when they released the Madden 10 player, this week was Michael Vick, just released today. And the reason that these power-ups become so cheap when these cards come out is because people are trying to either, one, pull packs to acquire the Michael Vick, who I'll look at his price right now. He was 3.8 million, something like that last time I checked. There's 4 up, 3.65 million is the cheapest. So they're either trying to pull packs to acquire him, the 92 full legend version, or you can get his power up through the solos. So they may be trying to sell their cards in order to buy a card that they can quick sell for training and then get that power up to a 90 overall Michael Vick, which is probably the most common way that people are doing because, let's be honest, not a lot of people are pulling these Michael Vicks. They're just too rare. So that leaves 2 segments of power-ups. So each week, the last 2 weeks, Bo Jackson came out at running back. During that week, especially running backs are going to be cheap. And then last week, Patrick Willis came out, middle linebacker. Especially the power-up middle linebackers are going to be cheap. This week, we'll take a look at the quarterbacks. Last 2 weeks, I wasn't able to make this video because I was gone. But I'll make it now, let you guys know. So power-ups in general are going to go down, especially the power-ups that are more expensive, like before we get to quarterbacks, I'll look at some more expensive power-ups. We'll look at Khalil Mack to start. So he was at about 60K last night when I checked. Now you can see this one's up for 34,600. Some other Khalil Macks. Here we'll just search by his position. So you can see cheapest Khalil Mack's 34,600, 35,250. 38,100. This one sold. Whoever bought that is going to make probably 20K at least on that Khalil Mack, and that's if they sold it before a new Khalil Mack card came out. Probably early next week, if they sold that card, they could make probably 20K. Probably sell it for 60, 65K. So we'll look at some other players that are usually more expensive. Look at Von Miller. For the Denver Broncos, his power-up is usually pretty expensive, but it is cheaper now. You can see 22,350, 24,350, 25,25. This one's 28. So Von Miller has gone down in price. I'll look at some other ones. Tyreke Hill is another one that's usually pretty expensive. Check out Tyreke Hill's card. His is 59. I saw him probably 10-15 minutes ago for about 44, but that's just peaks and valleys. A lot of people probably bought those that were cheap, so now he's a little bit more expensive. But Tyreke Hill under 50K I saw. I believe Deandre Hopkins was another one I saw for pretty cheap. Yeah, so 8K for Hopkins. I usually see him for 14, 15K. So you can see these power-ups do go down in price when these cards, these highly sought-after cards come out. Or people need training to get the power-up Michael Vick that is available through the solos. Now I'll look at specifically quarterbacks. So we'll look at Patrick Mahomes here, 9,500, 10K. I was buying him for 7 to 7,500. So again, this is more just peaks and valleys. He's a little up right now because someone or multiple people probably bought his cards in bunches that were going for a pretty decent amount. There's pretty cheap excuse me, than he was before. You can see Aaron Rodgers at about 6 to 6,500 coins. Just bought that one for under 6K. I have over 40 Aaron Rodgers. I'll buy this one as well for 56.50. These are all very, very good deals. Now, I wouldn't sell them right away after, early next week when these cards go back up a little bit. I wouldn't sell them right away until his new card comes out, because that's really the peak of his price is going to be when a new Aaron Rodgers comes out, when a new Patrick Mahomes comes out, for any of these cards when a new version comes out. And like here, Cam Newton 6K, he was going for, when I checked Cam Newton 10-15 minutes ago, he was going for 9 to 10K. So he's one of those right now that is on more of the downhill side of his price rather than being a peak of his price during this time. So it's all about when you can get the best deals. It's not, I wouldn't go on now and just whatever the cheapest price is, buy it. Patrick Mahomes, you saw 9,500 or so. I'd wait till he gets to 7K, 7,500. But, these Cams for 7K or so is a pretty good deal right now for Cam Newton. We'll check out Russell Wilson is another really good one right now. 3K for Russell Wilson. I was buying some for 2K, even under that. I got one for 1K, 1,800. So you can see, there's a lot of really good value right now for these power-ups. And the cool thing is, it should happen every week when these cards come out. The only time it might not happen is potentially as we start to get into the season and people start to understand more of the value of power-ups once Team of the Week cards come out and they see Aaron Rodgers gets a Team of the Week hero upgrade and his power-up was going for, 7K, 8K, and all of a sudden he's 25K, and people are wondering about why that happened. So then Russell Wilson might not have an upgrade. Instead of going for 3K, 4K, he might go for 9, 10, 11K, because people are sort of being educated in that process. And I don't think everyone is necessarily educated about that yet, but we can profit off of the lack of education. So you can see here 25.5 for Russell Wilson. That's all day. I'm buying that all day. I'll go back to Patrick Mahomes, and you can either do this by quarterback position if you want to select just the quarterbacks, or if you want to look at all positions, I would search by newest. If you're searching by quarterbacks, here we look Mahomes 6,700, 7K. So you can see again, he's on the backside. His price is lower than before. Just 4 or 5 minutes ago, you saw 9,500. That's because one or two people probably bought up all these Mahomes for cheap. So the market is going to be very fluid. Don't buy just because you see the cheapest one, let's say, was 10K. Hold off. You're seeing here, you can get them for cheaper. Now, if you're just buying one or two and you pay 9K instead of 7K, you might not think that's a big deal. But I would recommend buying these in bulk. I mean, if you can buy 20 of these Patrick Mahomes for 6,500 to 7,500 coins, I think, you're really going to be sitting in a good spot. It's really up to you how much you want to invest. As you can see, I have over 1,000 power-ups, as I showed you at the beginning of the video, so I'm fully invested in them. I really think it's a good way. I know last year they really tried to make it so investors couldn't profit off investing in cards, but I really think you can this year profit as an investor. You just got to pick your spots here. 5,500 coins for Mahomes. You're going to make a lot of coins off that. I'm telling you right now. You buy these Mahomes, you buy Aaron Rodgers, you buy Russell Wilson, 5,700. I'll buy that. Really, anything under 6K right now for Rodgers is something that I would really buy. Russell Wilson, 3K or so. Patrick Mahomes, 7,500 or less. We'll take a look at Tom Brady, 5K. Yeah, I'd probably pay under 4 for Brady. As for Cam Newton, I think 7K, 6,500, 7K is going to be solid price. Drew Brees, I really want to get closer to 2K if you're going to buy Drew Breeses. And no offense to Phillip Rivers or Ben Roethlisberger, but I wouldn't go out and buy any of these cards. I just don't see their ceiling. Matt Ryan as well. I wouldn't go out and buy a Matt Ryan. Again, no offense to them, but in terms of Madden Ultimate Team and their power-up card prospects, I just don't see the ceiling for those. But Mahomes, Rodgers, Newton, and Russell Wilson, really guys I look for right now as quarterbacks. Again, we'll go over. You want to invest in guys like Khalil Mack. Definitely could do that. 32,850. I bought one for 30 earlier. Feel really good about that purchase. You want to go for a guy like Jalen Ramsey. House Rules came out a few weeks ago. His 75 overall, his 87 overall elite NAT was an option for the reward. His power up went from about 30K to 75, 80, 85K because of that. I made a killing off that. You can see you can get it for about 32 to 35 right now. I saw some for 25 earlier. So he's just another one that you will want to monitor his price. Make sure you're getting it in the right range. Don't rush. It's not a race. The Vick hype is going to be here all weekend. Pick your spots. I tried to give you a pretty good outline of what I thought was fair price for these cards now. Now you want to look at it now too. 10K for Patrick Mahomes 3 days ago, or really any time up to this point, was an instant buy, but now the market has changed. You want to make sure you're getting a good deal now when the market is down. You don't want to just pay because it's still, let's be honest, if you pay 10K for Patrick Mahomes right now, you're still going to make a killing most likely, but you want to make sure you get the best deal possible now. I wanted to get this video out to you guys because I've been buying power-ups and I'm brain dead, I guess. It's going to be a decently long process, I think, for you to get your coins back. And what I mean by that is, a card may not get an upgrade for 6 or 8 weeks, but just ride it out. Again, if you're buying and investing in a lot of power-ups, you're not going to care about that because you're going to get returns every week. It's a lot like fantasy football. You're putting your drafting. I drafted Patrick Mahomes in the top of the 3rd round this year. I really did that because I believe in his value and I'm believing that he's going to produce on the field. You're investing in a Patrick Mahomes power-up because you think that he's going to produce on the field similarly to fantasy football, and you think that he is going to get an upgrade, and therefore people are going to want that card, and his power-up will go up in price as well. So it's all about picking and choosing your spots. But the main point is the market is down, and now is the time to buy. It's not going to be a better time to buy these cards, especially as we get into week 1, week 2, week 3, and I think people start to get more educated on the value of power-ups. I think there's still a learning curve there right now. People are selling, they're undercutting each other to get the new power-up Michael Vick or to try to pull packs to get the new Vick. They're mass selling everything, they're not caring, they're thinking about the moment right now, short-term prospects rather than looking at the long-term outcome, looking 2, 4, 6 weeks down the line. And you can take advantage of that just like this. I would buy those cards. It's all up to you though. I just want to give you a way to make coins without spending money on the game. So that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, what cards you're going to be buying, if there's any power-ups that you are stacking up that you think will have, you think that player will play well during the season and that's a good investment. Let me know in the comments. Let everyone know. Let's help each other make coins. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.